Today's ride was 314 kilometers from Cuoqin County to Gerze County, all within Ngari Prefecture. Along the way, I passed three lakes, Zhari Namco, Dawacuo, and Dongcuo. I first stopped at Gerze Namco near a tiny place called Cuoqin Village. It was just a small glimpse of the massive lake. After that, I turned around and headed north again. The road along Gerze Namco was rough and bumpy, with barely any sign of human activity. The weather wasn't helping either, so I decided not to Dawacuo Lake.
There was a rainfall yesterday evening. Not the right season for traveling here.
I went out to grab some breakfast. The Tibetan place was closed, so I ended up at a regular Chinese restaurant instead. After eating, I packed up all my gear and got ready to move on, even though it was still drizzling outside.
Bye bye. Engine warning light. Shoes out again, but I'm pretty sure it's because of the sensors. Yeah, to Cuoqin Village. Because that's a village just neighbors the lake. But on the weather as such, I don't think I can say the most beautiful sight of the lake. And right now the altitude is 4,672 meters, temperature 8 Celsius.
Along the way, I kept seeing traffic place, like every few hundred meters. I got curious and asked one of them what was going on. He told me there was a local festival happening, and they were there to keep things in order. I came across this ticket center, but it was completely abandoned. I guess this place is just too remote for regular tourists to actually make it out here.
There's a stone pillar,扎日南木错International Important Wetland Nature Reserve.
Zhari Namco is the third largest lake in Xizang, or Tibet. A breathtaking high-altitude salt lake sitting at an altitude of 4,613 meters. Two Tibetan kids came up to me, and we chatted for a bit. Then we walked back to my motorcycle together. The rain eased up a little, and more kids came outside, kicking a ball around. Even in a place this remote, life just goes on in its own rhythm. I rode out of the village, and the scenery still looked kind of Iceland-like. I was the only one on this stretch of the road. Not long after, I spotted another group of figures in the distance, Tibetan wild donkeys.
Have you seen these white tents? A cluster of white tents. Actually, today is July 29th. From August 1st to August 8th, there will be a series of big events here. Activities, horse racing, wrestling, like that, exhibition, and also a traffic policeman here just do maintenance work. It's very good.
By the time I made it back to where I'd started that morning, Cuoqin County, it was already 1 p.m., and I still had a long way to go. I bought some fuel here and poured into the tank myself, but a bit too much. So I siphoned about 3.5 liters into a mineral water bottle. That should give me another 100 kilometers or so. It's actually not allowed to carry fuel like that, so I wrapped the bottle in a black bag to keep it low-key. Time to roll again. The sky was already warning me though, more rain on the way, so I put my rain jacket back on, ready to face it.
Now the road leads me to here, beautiful lake. The name of this lake is Dawacuo, also very large. I hear serenity, but I can hear the chirp and quirk of some birds, probably mallards. Altitude right now is 4,644 meters. Have my lunch here. Coffee and pastry. Face the lake and take lunch. Blue sky just shoots out here on top of this beautiful lake, but I'm heading to that direction. Rain clouds, okay? Okay, what I'm passing right now is Cuoqin Village. Not a big one, unfinished house.
I was hoping to grab some engine oil to lube the chain and maybe some grease for the kickstand, but there was no one around, so I just carried on. The rain started hitting again, and as the altitude kept climbing, the road grew emptier and emptier. I didn't see a single person out there, and I started to feel a little lonely.
Has a section of permafrost region. It's majestic, snow-capped mountain. On that side, heavy rainfall. Just so crazy, 5,258 meters. Wow, a herd of Tibetan antelope. Look at those creatures. It's just so amazing. They don't afraid of me. They're just over there, very close, like less than 100 meters. But they just look at me. I look at them. The name of this snow-capped mountain is Xizang Mountain. 3 antelopes again, 2 calves. Look at this, wild horse, enjoy his solitude. Just a lot of animals. Stunning glacier there, a snow-capped mountain. The scenery behind me is very beautiful. One glacier and snow-capped mountain. Amazing. On this side, it's a total darkness, rainfall.
You wouldn't believe it. At this kind of altitude, these thick, dark clouds just pressed down on me. The whole thing looked like something straight out of a movie, almost like special effects.
Wow, pretty windy. Look at that direction. I think it's snowing. We're getting down.
I pulled over and went out the pavement. I thought it was a yak lying there, but as I got closer, I realized it was a horse. Its neck had been torn apart, probably by wild canines, and most of its insides were gone. That was a harsh side of nature, right there. A stretch of white yurts in the distance. It looked like some kind of Tibetan festival, maybe horse riding or other celebrations going on.
Skies. Yeah, here you fly skies is very easy because it's windy. Holy moly, are you serious?
Well, I mean, how cool is that? Just facing the road and doing your business like you own a place. Zero stress, zero shame, pure confidence. I ran into more wild donkeys along the way. They didn't seem afraid of people at all. More wild donkeys showed up ahead. I gave them a little honk and they started running alongside me, right out there with nothing but nature all around.
Some volunteers are here cleaning the roads. Lots of dust.
I figured this little town must deal with the sandstorms pretty often. The streets were covered in sand.
Just look at this dust. So just inside this green fenced area, there's another tree, geological wonder. We saw this tree the other day, but this is Earth tree. The name, yeah, just the name. You need to release a drone up to the height of 300 meters or so. Then you can see it. Here's the introduction of this geological wonder. Because of the water loss and the soil erosion, and because of water flow here, and just follow these traces and forming like a shape of tree. This is called the Earth tree. It's all wet land, but I think this place may suffer desertification. Nice and green, right?
At 4,400 meters above sea level, I sent the drone up to get a bird's view of Dongcuo Lake, an 88 square kilometer stretch of shimmering salt water.
I still got 74 kilometers to finish. My destination will be Gerze County. I will say if I find suitable camping site, I'll camp. If not, the same way, hotel, like that. So, let's finish the rest. Okay, here is Gerze County, a big one. This county directly links to Xizang, Minfeng city of Xinjiang. That was my hotel. Just to check the road in front of the hotel. Such a messy, but anyway, it's cheap. 8:40 in the evening, still light outside because it follows Beijing time. And checked in. See, big bed, medium size room, 150 Chinese yuan, acceptable. Wow, it's very hot inside. Got heating system, heating stove.
For dinner, I stopped at a small Tibetan restaurant and ordered yak meat noodles. Super spicy. The place was decorated in a traditional Tibetan style, and right in the middle was this big stove. This is pretty common in Tibetan homes. It keeps the whole room warm, almost like earlier summer inside. And for the fuel, most of the time, they burn yak dung.
I plan to stay inside for some more time because the music, Tibetan music, which was really nice, but it was too hot inside. The stove heating just too hot. So I went out. Now walking around, strolling. Not so many people in the street. Seems like only me. Tibetan food. The street is empty. Traditional Tibetan costume for these stores are closed, dilapidated. They also got very fancy hotel. This one, G Hotel. In most eastern cities, it can be really cheap, like 200 Chinese yuan, so like that. But here, more than 500. Don't think like this is just a small county. Cost here should be cheap, but not like that. Actually, expensive. Sunset glow there is very beautiful.